Ashley joined us from Alabama to talk about Alabama's Erosion and Sediment Control Program. So Ashley, let's see if the mouse is working for you and you're controlling the machine here.
Yes, I think so.
All right, Ashley, welcome.
Thank you. Give me 1 minute.
Yeah.
Okay. It's very interesting because I wanted to start off today. My name is Ashley Henderson, and I'm the Director of Conservation Programs for the Alabama Soil and Water Conservation Committee. And my thought last night as I was thinking about this presentation is, after attending NASCA last year, is what a wide variety of programs that we have in the different states, and how each state has different challenges, and we're all kind of organized differently. And when I saw that last presentation, it really hit me when they said a snowshoe walk in the woods, because I don't think you'll ever hear that from somebody in Alabama. So we'll start with that. This is a little bit different, and our partnership, our erosion and sediment control partnership, is probably a little bit different than maybe is operated in some other states within our group. So we do not have regulatory authority in Alabama, but we really don't feel like that stops us from being effective in the area of erosion and sediment control, and especially with this talk for construction sites and construction erosion and sediment control and our urban partnerships. And the reason we think we can still be effective is we really view mere compliance with regulations as a risky place to be. We really feel like we want to shift people from compliance with regulations to a commitment for doing what is right. And we think that's really important in our state because we have 77,000 miles of navigable waterways, and we're kind of an outdoorsy group of people. And we also have one of the highest numbers of threatened and endangered species, aquatic species in the country. So to tell you a little bit about this group, it's part of our urban outreach program, and it began in 2001. And originally it was just partners from across the construction stormwater sector in Alabama, and it was supported by a 319 grant. That grant over time eventually ran out, and the program still needed support. And the Soil and Water Conservation Committee felt like it was an important committee to continue with and to continue the work of the committee. And now we support and are actively engaged in this committee through working with the Alabama Soil and Water Society. And we have a champion that some of you may know that is Earl Norton, and he is 82 or 83 years old, that really is our champion of this program. And if you've never met him, he has more energy than people a quarter of his age. Let me put it that way. He's a dynamo. So he's been really effective in guiding this program and helping us do all the things that we do. So we have several things that we provide through this program. We provide lunch and learn sessions. Those are typically targeted to professional engineers, designers, the construction industry, and also, decision makers, city councils, and that kind of thing. And we provide printed resources that I'll go over with you a little bit more in a minute. And we have an annual seminar that we host every year that we're hosting later in this month virtually. So we are getting used to this virtual world as well. So I think now you'll see on the screen a list of our partners, and I'm not going to really go through these because you can read them yourselves, but I just wanted you to understand that we have a wide variety of partners on this committee, and we really feel like leveraging the work that we're all doing together to collaborate on this committee really makes us all have a bigger bang for our buck. So we have state agencies, we have cooperative extension, of course we have our USDA natural resources partners, we have some nonprofits on here as well. And then we really felt like it was important to bring in the stakeholders that we wanted to have the biggest audience with, and that's our Home Builders Association, the Associated General Contractors of Alabama, and especially the Department of Transportation. So that's our list of partners. We always look to expand on that list, but it's been pretty stable for a good long while now. So this is a couple of the things that we provide, and you can find them on our website, which is alconservationdistricts.gov. I'm sorry I didn't put that on this slide, but we have 2 handbooks. The first handbook, Volume 1, is really for site planners and designers. So it teaches and instructs you on how to do that planning and designing for a construction site, and for post-construction as well. And then Volume 2 is really all about the installation, maintenance, and inspection of those best management practices, so that they were not only designed properly, but they're also installed properly. And this gets somewhat to that, risky business of just being in compliance. We really want everyone in the construction industry to not just be in compliance, but to have a commitment to what they do. We have had this little jewel right here. It's a field guide that you'll often see on anybody that has any kind of construction stormwater interest. It'll be on the dashboard of their truck or somewhere in their truck, and we update this regularly. It was updated, I believe, in 2019. And we realized that we really needed to do something more than just to provide this paper version. So we have worked with our in-house computer specialist, and she has completed the Android version of this book so that you can download it as an app at your Google Play Store. And she's currently working on the Apple version as well. So we will have that available, and we'll start, once she gets the Apple finished, we'll start really pushing that throughout our communities. Now, the next thing that we provide every year is something that we call Clearwater, Alabama, and it is normally a 2-day seminar, and we'll have 1 day that's classroom training, and we'll have a variety of topics, and then we'll have 1 day that is field work, where we'll tour an area, and we try to make the field day very specific to the location where we hold the event. So we move this event around. It's been held in many different places across the state, and we really try to highlight what the community that we're holding the event in, what they're doing. And since we kind of all know that the classroom turns into virtual this year, I thought I'd show you a few things from the field sessions in the last couple of years. We'll do something like this, maybe have set up at a park and have a rainfall simulator that you're probably all familiar with. It'll be one of our stops. That stop also might include a BMP simulator that we'll play a couple of little games and get people in the audience involved with. Then we try to find something local that we can highlight. So this is a remediation of a firing range in Alabama. So we wanted to highlight that because they've done a really good job in this community with the remediation of this area. This is a stream restoration, and the stream restoration has been in place for about 8 years now. And we really talked on this day about invasive species removal, because we found that that is something that has been real important for our communities as they've done some of these urban stream restoration and low impact development projects, because we have a lot of different invasive species. So that's what this talk was concentrating on. And then we always have some sort of construction site where we can kind of just show those traditional construction BMPs. This year, of course, things are different because we're not able to do our program like we've done it every year. So we will be holding Clearwater, Alabama virtually for 2020. And I thought I would just show you, I think it'll come up here in a minute. Here is our flyer and brochure. We have about 100 people registered already. Instead of 3 days like we're doing here for NASCA in a row, we're doing 3 days, 1 day a week for 3 weeks in a row. and we'll be doing an hour session in the morning and an hour session in the afternoon. We already have people that have signed on to sponsor it and to help us host it. And if you are very interested, or if you need some PDHs, we have partnered with the International Erosion Control Association, and you can go to their website to sign up for this webinar that will, or series of webinars that will be held later in October. And with that, I'm done and I'm available for questions. I don't think I have much time, but this is my information, and you're welcome to shoot me an email if you would like to and you want to know anything more about our program.